For 30 bucks. I feel like Spin Master's taking some people to school. Some people who can't bother. I have a confession to make. While I have a deep and abiding love of video games, always have, always will, I pretty much never spend any time playing them anymore. As much as I would like to, it's just not something that I spend my time invested in these days. I own so many damn games and I don't take the time to enjoy them. And I have every intention of going in and playing them. But, for example, this is my copy of God of War from 2018. It's still in the plastic. And I know this is an amazing game. I know it's spectacular. I know I'll enjoy the hell out of it once I get to it. But so far, it hasn't happened. Which means I have no real connection to this Kratos here. So I'm not going to be able to go into detail about what this means or that means about this figure, because I don't know the lore. So if I have no real connection to this character, why did I buy this figure? And the answer is right there on the back. Spin Master. This was made by Spin Master, a company that is not used to making collector quality figures. They usually stick to low articulation figures that are made for kids. They're made to be durable, played with, the head will spin, the arms will move, maybe the legs will move up and down, and that's kind of it. They're toys made for children. This is Spin Master. I don't think there's a bit of articulation on a single one of these figures. It's cool. I like them. I bought it for a reason because it's kind of neat. But it's not exactly a challenging set of figures. You make a mold, you paint them, that's it. Not a whole lot of engineering there. This is Spin Master. It's just a kind of cheap plastic Batmobile. Just mold some plastic, paint it up, there you go. And that's perfectly fine. I'm not slamming them at all. Kids need toys to play with, and Spin Master is one of the companies that provide these kind of durable, functional, inexpensive, toys. They're toys for kids. This isn't a toy for kids. This is a collector's figure. And if they're branching out into higher quality collector level figures, I'm really, really curious to see what they can do. Okay, so one of the things that jumps out immediately to me is that they've dubbed this a Ragnarok tie-in figure. However, you can see with the Ragnarok character design, he's kind of got fur. There's a picture on the back as well. It's kind of a fur-lined version of him, whereas the actual figure in box doesn't really have any of that, and it really does seem to come close to matching the 2018 character model. I mean, as far as I can tell, unless Ragnarok starts with him looking like this and then he kind of gets fur add-ons, the character model seems to really be a lot closer to just the 2018 God of War game. That just kind of jumps out to me immediately. Now, maybe the accessories are more Ragnarok related. I don't know. Again, don't know the lore of this game. I've never played it, but that really kind of stands out to me. You get him on the back here. He's very furred up, and just doesn't really seem to be the case of the figure in the box. So that was interesting. But okay, so we'll just give you a visual of the box itself. Here he is. If you're an in the box collector, this is what you got. There's your side. Kratos. 31 puntos de articulación. That's not how you pronounce that. 31 points of articulation. Here he is on the back side. And there he is on the side. Again, none of these really matching up with what's in the box, but what can I say? I don't know the lore. Can't really tell you if this is right or wrong or what. All right. Doesn't seem to be tied in by anything. Oh, no, one right there. Let's see where that connects, though. All right. Let's just start pumping some stuff out. The axe looks kind of warped already. Let's see. Yeah, That's a bit warped. Okay, yeah. I guess a little heat will probably get that back into shape. Probably doesn't even need that. Yeah, it's a bit warped. Let's go for the shield next. This is a detail view. Yeah, whatever's going on here and whatever's going on there. And it looks like a peg there. It will slide into something somewhere. Guess we'll know soon enough. As far as the axe goes, alright, you got a little bit of detailing going on. Warp aside, it's got some nice little details there if you look up closely. Looks like he's just kind of taped in. Got a pair of fists. Nicely taped it. I don't know what this. I don't know what that is, but sure can fly. Oh, you know what? And this is me speaking without any kind of lore knowledge or understanding. I'm guessing this is the shield, and then it just kind of in the game it kind of pops out from this. That's kind of a neat thing. I'm betting that's right. That's kind of cool. All right, he's taped in here. I don't want to put my knife near him. Let's see if I can just get fingernails that don't exist on the tape. There's nothing on the other side, so. Well, then what is this tape for? It wasn't taping him in. What is it for? What is this? Is it holding up? What is this? I'm going to break something just by doing this. Is this just holding? Okay, well that's odd. So he's just got this little piece of tape that's just kind of holding pieces in place while he's in the blister. Okay, I guess I appreciate the extra thought to make sure things don't get all jangled around, but I don't know if it seemed necessary. Okay. Yeah. Cycle bin with you. All right, Kratos. The details. You know, look at his paint job here. They put some details on him. It's not, insane level, but certainly a big step up from what they're used to usually doing. Let's see. So, it's got a little knife here, not removable at all. A little pouch of some kind. It's got I don't know what this is, but he has one. I'm sure people know exactly what this is, but I do not. Interesting. Its own little bit of articulation. It just kind of swings around. It just kind of swings around there. I wonder if this is some kind of device that he uses to move forward or something. Shoots off into a cliff and repels forward or something. I don't know. It's not a bad presentation, honestly. It's really not. Got a little pouch here. Really just part of the skirt. Little flanges. This is not terrible job. Not terrible job at all. They put some. They definitely put details into the sculpt. They didn't. They didn't really skimp on paint that much. I mean, really, this is not shabby. Not pinless or anything, but that's okay. I mean, hey, that's fine. All right, so let's do the articulation shuffle. Head 360. Kind of awkward tilt in order to clear the shoulder pad there. Shoulder pad. Oh, he's got a little piece on the back for his axe there. Yeah, this really isn't. They kind of put a lot of stuff. They got a lot going on in here. Anyway, 360 spin on the head. Got some up. You can look up pretty good. Side view. Got a good down. Pretty good up. That's the slot, I'm sure, for his shield. Arms. Butterfly. Kind of an ugly joint there, but that's all right. Who's looking at his armpit? I won't be. Interesting elbow. It's kind of odd. Put it forward. I guess it's supposed to be. You can make it kind of seamless. I mean, not really. It's a very notable seam. Bicep swivel. Yes, indeed. Arms. Kind of got an elbow swivel on top of the regular elbow movement. That's neat. 360 wrist. Pretty good there. I'm sure there's, your articulation is hampered by the shoulder pad, but it's part of the design. You can't really get away from that. But it looks to be all the same articulation on this side. Yep. All the same articulation there. All right, knees and feet and so on. Yeah, there's a cut. But okay, I see. So he's got ankle twist, but no up and down, no other, can't tilt more like this or back that way. Can't point his toes or anything. You can just break his ankle. That's all you can do there. That's all right. Double jointed elbow or knees. Can kick his butt. If this pouch weren't in the way. Kick out pretty good. Yeah, looks like he. Yep. Ooh, good split. This is a flexible God of War. You know what? It turns out he can point his toe. So you can turn it and twist it. He can point his toe just fine. I mean, that looks awkward as hell, but he can do it. He's got thigh swivel there too. Man, good articulation on this, I gotta say. Okay, we got a ball rocker for his waist. Get his arms out of the way. A little bird just flew into my window. Not very hard though, because there's a screen in the way, so I think it'll be all right. So he's got twist and up and down. So yeah, really good. Bravo Spin Master. Good articulation here. And good paint, like in good sculpt. Like it's not, this isn't at the level of some insane, $80 figure, but for the price, $30, this is pretty good. Let's go over some of these details. Got his little ankle or boot wraps. Got his boot wraps there. Some little individual phalanges on the Norse skirt. Still no idea what this is. Is this a sword that comes out or something? I mean, it looks like it's got like a sword hilt, but I don't know what that is. Got a knife. These are good. Yeah, this is a solid figure. You can make your own call on whether or not you like the face. I'm not super impressed with it, but I think I'm just not super impressed with the design of the face. I mean, on the character design. And he's got some eyeballs and some paint. They didn't skimp on the paint really, which is nice. He's got his little swirls there. Yeah, they molded in some little designs. So if you're gonna give it a close look, I mean, for $30, I feel like Spin Master's taking some people to school. Some people who can't bother with putting out high quality products. This is a good, solid figure, I feel. Bravo Spin Master. Got his little shield here. Pop it in. Maybe it only goes one way. Oh, definitely only goes one way. You can see the way that's cut. All right, so there's a definitive front and back to the shield, which is interesting. So that's what it looks like with him, with it retracted, I guess. And there we go with this one. And extended. I like it. Don't love how warped this is. Like this curve should be here. This curve should not be here. Ooh, slides in nice and easy. I'll have to work on that, but this guy can go right in through the. I mean, I assume his axe is supposed to go there. All right, let's give him a fist. We're not going to hold the axe. And pops out, no problem. Decent little pig. Wouldn't no fuss. No breakage. Didn't feel delicate. Didn't feel like there was an issue there. We even got a little mini pad on there. Man, they put effort into this. I will give them uh, a lot of credit there. They came out of the gate running. I will give them credit. Good job, Spin Master, on your collector line, or at least your collector God of War, and that they gave it a little thing just to keep things just in place while it was in there. That was A+ there. Good job. And here he is, getting a look at him in all his Norse glory. I assume he's Norse. He's Greek in the other ones. Is this like a total reboot? Must be a reboot. He gave him a little scar there, it seems. Doesn't really seem like somebody who would need a stand. I'm just plopping him down and messing with his legs and bouncing pretty good. Just barely doing anything with him. So, good balance on this guy. Passes the ninja kick test pretty good. True ninja kick. Get your head turned. It didn't even knock him over. It didn't upset him or anything. He does have some peg holes in the bottom if you need to use a stand warrant for him. Hexagon peg holes. Not circular. I don't know if you can tell that. I'm sure this happens at some point in the game. He's surfing down the side of a mountain on his shield. Stuff like that always happens. Probably not. Get kind of a dynamic pose going. I honestly like this pose. This might be how I basically have it set up. Oh, I'll remember this. Very unusual pose, but what the hey, why not? I always like to try to pose figures on one foot. Just as a little test, a little balance test to see if you can make them, well, if you can get them to do it and to hold that position for any kind of real period of time. I'm going to incorporate my favorite new accessory into things, which is the Sentinel's Rock from Marvel Legends line. Just kind of get him taking a little breather. Got him up on that rock. Didn't really take all that much, to be honest. Just kind of put him there. And for the purpose of scaling, here he is next to a couple other 6-inch figures. He is sitting at a little over 6. About 6 1/4 looks like. So, final thoughts. Damn, Spin Master, good job. Didn't skimp on the articulation. The deco is good. The sculpt is good. Accessories are not a ton of them, but you put effort into it. Like, you put real effort into it, and it shows. And it's good. The balance is solid, and that's always huge to me. Good paint work. You can't ever take a video game character, except for like very cartoony video game characters with very basic designs, but like complex characters and put them into physical form like this, and really get every last little bit of detail. Just because the people who build these character models are just fussing over every little, adding, let me put a little bit of hair here and a little bit of, like, they fuss over everything, and they can put that effort in, and it's real hard to translate that into a physical figure, but they did a good job. I can't fault them at all. This is a $30 figure. This is not a $90 figure. We're not looking at Mezco. But they put They did a good job here. I really can't pretend that they didn't. You know, all the little details that have been cut into the, the leather and the on the soft plastic here. They did a great job with the detail. They did a great job with the paint. The sculpt is good. The articulation is good. I can't fault this at all, except for the bent axe, which was in packaging. I mean, that's going to happen, and it's going to bend back. I can bend it back, easy fix. I cannot complain about much of anything here. Um, I'm not in love with like the face, but that's okay. It's not a bad face. It isn't a bad face. It's not. It's just not my style. I guess it doesn't want to focus. It doesn't want to focus on your face, Kratos. I'm sorry. It's gonna steal your soul anyway. Yeah, if you're a fan of God of War and you like collecting action figures and don't know why you'd be watching this if you don't like collecting action figures, this is a good figure. I would get it while you can. $30, solid, well done. And good job, Spin Master. As far as I know, with these PlayStation figures, these are their first collector level things they've ever really put out. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. I could be just way off. But they knocked this out of the park for the price. My goodness, there's so much more detail in this than there are in some comparable lines. Is how I'll put it. I recommend it. Anyway, like if you're gonna, subscribe if you wanna. I'm not here to make you, but I do hope to see you on the next one. You wanna know how bad my video game backlog is? I have a full intention at some point of going back and finishing Majora's Mask. Not the remake version, the N64 version. I put it down one day. I was like, I'm coming back to this. I've had it in my head, I'm going to come back to it and finish it off. That was so many years ago. And it's still in my head of like, yeah, I'm going to do that. It's the thing that's going to happen. I remember where I was with that. I'm going to go back to that and I'm going to knock that out. Like, it's never going to happen. Like, I know I'm kidding myself.